adrenaline junkies, welcome to Police Karma. Today, we're kicking off a brand new series, When People Messed with the Wrong Cops, where every dumb move instantly triggers justice mode. All right, let's dive in.
On July 16, 2025, at 3:47 a.m., Thornton police requested Colorado State Patrol assistance with a stolen Ram pickup truck. Troopers pursued the vehicle using a specialized grappler tool to stop the fleeing truck. The pursuit reached southbound I-25, where the suspect drove recklessly while trying to evade capture. The initial grappler attempt failed, prolonging the chase and creating a public safety risk.
Southbound I-25 from 84th.
A second grappler deployment successfully latched onto the truck, but both the suspect's vehicle and the patrol car crashed into a median barrier, disabling both vehicles. The suspect's car crashed into one side median barrier and again on the other side. The trooper was physically unharmed.
Robert Lincoln, John 9.
Crash. I got a good grapple though. Southbound I-25 and 84th.
I copy. The vehicle crashed or you crashed?
The suspect fled on foot, but was quickly apprehended by Thornton officers. The suspect was taken into custody following the pursuit. For further details and charges, suspect was sent to jail. On July 29, 2019, a deputy observed a white pickup truck with two unbuckled occupants driving recklessly on Highway 138 near Monroe. The driver, Philemon Gray, failed to stop, prompting a high-speed pursuit. Gray drove up to 95 miles per hour, passing cars in no passing zones, driving on the wrong side of the road, and turning into a school parking lot with people present.
Turning into a school is one bus stop.
A pit maneuver was performed to stop the vehicle. Gray fell from the truck, and the passenger, Terrell Banks, tried to flee but was subdued and handcuffed after resisting commands.
Pit maneuver, pit maneuver. Stop! 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 Get out the fucking car, motherfucker! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get in the ground! Get in the ground! Get in the ground! Get in the ground! Get in the ground!
A knife and a loaded handgun were recovered at the scene. Gray was driving under suspension, with a mismatched license plate and alcohol in the truck. Both Gray and Banks were booked at Walton County Jail with multiple charges, including felony fleeing, firearm possession, and obstruction. On February 6, 2024, a marked patrol deputy observed a vehicle flee on Sparta Road in Sebring, Florida. Emergency lights and sirens were activated as the driver, later identified as Jacqueline Salvalas Hall, attempted to evade law enforcement. Hall drove recklessly at speeds exceeding 130 mph on State Road 66, passing vehicles on double yellow lines, making sharp turns, and nearly causing multiple head-on collisions while fleeing into Hardy County. At the intersection of State Road 66 and Skipper Road, Hall intentionally rammed a marked patrol vehicle, injuring a deputy. Law enforcement then rammed the suspect vehicle twice, causing it to lose control and become disabled. Hall exited the vehicle and initially refused commands before being taken into custody. He was driving without a valid license and faces charges including felony fleeing, aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, and reckless driving. On January 25, 2024, Florida Highway Patrol troopers attempted to stop a Silverado truck occupied by Vincent Fernandez Barbosa, Julian Montez, and Tramaine Reed for suspected drug possession. The truck refused to stop and fled, initiating a high-speed pursuit along the turnpike. During the chase, the suspects drove recklessly and discarded a bag containing cocaine and 3 firearms from the vehicle, creating a serious public safety risk. Officers attempted a pit maneuver to stop the vehicle. Due to pit, the suspect vehicle crashed dangerously into the roadside steel barrier and lost control and turned around before striking the roadside board. The pursuit ended with the suspects being stopped and apprehended by deputies. All 3 were booked at the Fort Lauderdale main jail for armed cocaine trafficking, with bond denied. Fernandez Barbosa was on felony probation, Reed was an 8-time convicted felon facing weapons charges, and Montez was a 4-time felon facing additional charges, including resisting arrest with violence and aggravated fleeing with damage. On July 16, 2024, Sergeant K. Isaac observed a 2011 Chevrolet Impala make an erratic lane change at Terra Boulevard and Flint River Road. When Clayton County officers attempted a traffic stop, the driver, James Lee Mason, fled at a high rate of speed, prompting a pursuit.
Terra Boulevard,
Mason led officers through multiple roadways, including Terra Boulevard, North Avenue, Fayetteville Road, Dixie Drive, and Highway 138, driving over 70 miles per hour, failing to maintain lanes, disregarding traffic control devices, and nearly striking other vehicles. His actions posed a serious risk to the public.
Hey, watch out. Let me get him again. Watch out.
It's like storage. Don't go home.
To stop the pursuit, Sergeant Isaac conducted 2 pit maneuvers. The second maneuver caused the Impala to strike a fence and a brick sign at Life Storage on Jonesboro Road, disabling the vehicle. Mason was taken into custody without injury and cleared by EMS before being transported to the Clayton County Jail. The passenger, James Pratt, was detained briefly and released.
What's up outside?
On December 27, 2021, a deputy observed a Ford Ranger pickup traveling 90 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour zone on I-75 near mile marker 158 in Bibb County. The driver, Joseph Silas, failed to stop when signaled, prompting a traffic pursuit. Silas continued to evade the deputy, passing vehicles and attempting to exit at Pionono Avenue, but was blocked by a tractor-trailer. The pursuit continued northbound with the deputy deciding to end it using a pit maneuver due to light traffic in an upcoming construction zone.
What's up outside?
The pit maneuver caused the Ford Ranger to overturn multiple times and come to rest on its passenger side. Silas, still restrained by his seatbelt, complained of a left arm injury and was removed by Macon Bibb Fire Rescue.
What's up outside? I was just involved in a 1080, pitted one right here, Riverside Correction, 75 and Rocky Creek Road.
Silas was arrested for driving under the influence and related charges. He consented to a blood test at Atrium Health, received copies of his citations, and was released to hospital staff for medical care. On April 20th, 2024, a Baldwin County deputy spotted a white Ford pickup truck driving erratically on Nelson Road near Old Monticello Road. The driver, David Arrington, refused to stop and fled, initiating a high-speed pursuit.
Do it! Y'all do it! Y'all do it!
Arrington drove 80 to 90 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone, striking signs, culverts, and nearly hitting other vehicles. Multiple attempts to stop him, including pit maneuvers, were initially unsuccessful.
I can't let him back on the roadway.
A final pit maneuver caused the truck to overturn. Arrington resisted orders, but was eventually removed from the vehicle and handcuffed using a taser and physical intervention. Arrington was found with suspected cocaine, refused a blood test and medical treatment, and was transported to jail. Warrants were issued, and his vehicle was towed.
Okay, I'm trying to push you another intersection.
Head on the car, another car on Jolly.
On April 9th, 2025, Livingston County deputies tried to stop a stolen BMW X5 on I-96 near Latson Road in Lansing, Michigan. The SUV refused to pull over, leading to a high-speed chase.
Going open the yard, 6043.
I think you just ran the sheriff truck.
They're about to be cleared on this call, 6045.
Crash. He just rear-ended the vehicle, black.
The vehicle weaved recklessly through traffic at speeds exceeding 120 miles per hour, striking at least 6 cars. During the chase, 2 firearms were thrown from the SUV, one clearly seen on the interstate.
Rear-ended white truck.
Rear-ended white truck, 6047. Units, be advised, I'm on with Ingham right now. They're trying to get you sticks. They said this vehicle was involved in a retail fraud out of Dix and Okemos earlier.
Up on the shoulder, Fowlerville. Trying to get back on the expressway. You're back up on the expressway.
Yeah, we're up on the shoulder now, back on the expressway. Okay, I'm trying to push you another intersection.
Head on the car, another car on Jolly. Jolly
And also the vehicle, Jolly, 308.
Blue wing male, 3 black.
The pursuit ended when the SUV collided head-on with another car at a red light near Jolly Road and Cedar Street, causing widespread damage across the highway and nearby streets. The 19-year-old driver was arrested and faces multiple charges. For passengers, ages 15 to 18, were also taken into custody, with the youngest sent to a juvenile facility and one 18-year-old jailed for violating bond conditions. 2 additional suspects are still being sought. On July 21st, 2025, at approximately 10:53 p.m., Elkins PD initiated a pursuit of a black Ford Taurus SUV. The vehicle fled at high speeds, approaching 100 miles per hour, and headed northbound on North College Avenue toward a responding Florida Highway Patrol trooper.
Or Northeastern College. Yeah, for TBI. 10 TBI Northeast College.
During the chase, the suspect drove recklessly, swerving and braking near the trooper's vehicle, nearly causing a crash. The pursuit lasted about 10 minutes before the trooper was able to take primary control. At 11:03 p.m., the trooper successfully performed a tactical vehicle intervention, TVI, pinning the suspect vehicle and bringing the pursuit to an end. Despite briefly continuing to spin the tires, the driver eventually exited the vehicle without further incident. The suspect, Jacob Lewis, was taken into custody and is scheduled to appear in circuit court. He faces multiple charges, including aggravated assault, possession with intent to deliver controlled substances, possession of drug paraphernalia, speeding, reckless driving, improper lane usage, fleeing, and failing to obey traffic control devices. On April 29, 2025, at approximately 9:54 p.m., Arkansas State Police attempted to stop a black SUV on Interstate 30 for improperly displayed paper tags. The driver failed to yield, prompting a pursuit involving multiple troopers. The suspect drove at high speeds, used the shoulder to pass vehicles, exited and re-entered I-30, and traveled on U.S. Highway 67, showing a clear disregard for public safety. Troopers coordinated to slow and stop the fleeing vehicle as it continued eastbound. Near the 125-mile marker, the suspect struck the rear quarter panel of a patrol unit attempting to reduce his speed. Both vehicles left the roadway and were disabled, and the trooper involved suffered minor injuries.
Black male on foot east into the wood line.
The suspect, Milton Ellis Jr., fled on foot but was apprehended after resisting arrest. A stolen Taurus .38 special revolver was found in his vehicle. He was treated at a hospital and booked into the Saline County Jail on multiple charges, including felony fleeing, reckless driving, firearm possession, resisting arrest, battery, and theft-related offenses.